What's good, bro? The last couple of videos been banging. I can't play my I can't play that too long because they'll copyright the hell out of this. But I do got some more sounds on this. Hey, today I just balled it up. I shouldn't have. Today we talking about Christians and atheists are both wrong. You get what I'm saying? And I wanted to talk about this because I saw a video. I was actually right. What this paper is a paper full of notes. Like it's a bunch of notes that I just wrote from a TikTok. But it was because I've been thinking about this for a long time. Like the conversation between atheists and Christians is an interesting one because I done heard like the Christian, you know, I know motherfucker, I still go to church to this day. I ain't been in like a month or two, but I go, you know what I'm saying? And I go kick it at a mosque. I go, because for me personally, if you know me, I'm not religious, so I'm not really viewing like the lens I see life through needs explaining before we even can have a conversation about that. That's why every time I start talking about the way I see life or see the word, I always turn it to it go from a us talking to it's like I'm talking to you, and I be hating that shit because I be like, damn, I just want to shoot shit regular, but my version of shooting the shit always implies a lot of questions because of the way I see the world. So it's like, yeah, but I done heard the argument for like, yeah, an all-powerful, all-loving, all-knowing God, and I've heard the atheists that disagree with it, like, oh no, there is no way, that shit, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So because of that, let me like this video. So because of that, I was like, I saw a video on TikTok. I'm pretty sure bro atheist, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. Well, we all know the argument, like the Christian argument and shit like that. Like most people that's atheists was once Christian, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not atheist now, you probably a Christian. And if you're not a Christian, you know what I'm saying? Like we pretty much, everybody, you gonna be able to have that conversation. I don't care who you is. You ain't gotta be like man, we went to church every Sunday and read the Bible every Wednesday and all that. Like, it ain't gotta be like that. Like, so it's one of them conversations that everybody can if you're saying the truth, you can reach everybody. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I wanted to start with bro video. And I was like, all right, let's do it then. Because hold on. Let me find that video. Damn, I was just on it. All right, here you go. Y'all spam chicken legs in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Do that. I said I was gonna, wait. Okay, here we go. Like the videos. We're gonna, I'm not logged in. Oh my fucking God. Let me log in. Hold on, post up. It's always some shit. I said I wasn't gonna like edit these videos. I was gonna make sure I wanted to like I enjoy this. I do this. You get it? I do this. You feel me? So it feel like I'm streaming, but I'm actually not. Like I just do this shit. But hold on. Because I wanted people to understand, you know, what's really going on. Like, here we go. Let's watch it. We're gonna react to this. Come on, hold on. And I'm gonna watch it all the way through, and then we're gonna bust all on that bit when it's over. But listen, and then we'll get to the comments, because the comments, everything, one of these comments say everything happened for a reason. What's the reason? Children, motherfuckers say children should starve, abuse, etc. Come on, let's watch this. And I'm not a Christian or atheist, by the way, because I know how this video gonna come off. I already know, but I'm not a Christian or an atheist, by the way. And I got some crystals back here. I like crystals. They are very beautiful. Don't play with me. Like, I like the aesthetic. I like this aesthetic. I love the religious aesthetic, an altar. I love that. Fucking crystals. I love that. The fucking rugs and shit and all the decoration. I love the fucking spiritual aesthetic. I don't give a damn who spiritual shit it is. Even the atheist. He don't got nothing but books in a white room. That's fire. But don't put me over there just because I need you to hear me. But let's pull this up.
If God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving, then the universe should reflect that. But when you actually look at the details, that idea starts to contradict itself on nearly every level. A perfect being shouldn't have needs, yet God demands worship, praise, and obedience as if his own worth depends on our recognition of it. Creating beings just to validate himself is not an act of perfection, but an act of dependence. If perfection means being complete, then the constant need for glorification makes no sense. If God already knows every choice we'll ever make, free will just becomes an illusion. Our lives unfold exactly as he foresaw them, meaning we're just acting out a script. And if heaven is a place where no one sins but everybody still has freedom, then evil clearly isn't necessary for choice. A loving, all-powerful creator could have started with that world instead of this one. And also, an all-loving God allowing endless suffering raises an unavoidable question. Why? If he can stop it, why doesn't he? If he can't, then he's not all-powerful. And if he created hell, then he designed a system where mercy ends and agony never does. The inclusion of Satan only deepens the problem, because it means God knowingly built the source of all corruption into his own creation. And if God's plan is perfect, prayer shouldn't alter it. But if prayer can influence him, then his plan was never complete. Tests of faith also make little sense for a being who already knows every outcome. And if he truly wanted humanity to believe, hiding all direct evidence of his existence would be the worst possible strategy. A loving creator wouldn't demand faith in the dark. He'd make the truth visible. If God is all-powerful, all-knowing...
Okay, oh fucking K, who's this? Goose of this content. All right. So, do y'all heard what bro said? I wanted you to watch the video. Now I'm finna go through that bitch, and I'm gonna use like I'm gonna use the same. I'm gonna take the disagreements that a Christian would have in one way or another, and I'm going to match them with the disagreements that an atheist would have, like the ones he's making, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to give you not something you should believe. First and foremost, you shouldn't believe nothing, because truth is not to be proven nor believed. It is to be experienced. Like he said, it should be visible, right? Who says it isn't? Now, but hold on. So I'm going to show you how both sides are wrong, not because they're wrong and there's the right answer is this, but they're wrong because they're both talking about the same thing. This. existence, life, creation. They're both talking about this big old 100%. There's 100% of shit. 100%. Some of it's physical, the rest of it is some other shit, and then there's a whole, we know one thing, there's 100% of something here. If it's infinity, 100% of infinity, 100% of that on 100%, yeah. The answer is infinity. But anyway, we're gonna work backwards, right? We're gonna work backwards from fucking infinity, and then when we get to the end, you're gonna shoot straight forward, because all the dominoes gonna fall. We're gonna stack them up right backwards, and then knock them down the right way, and then the shit'll click. They both wrong, because the vision that they're using to look at the whole is only allowing them to see either the illusionary aspect of it, what you would call the finite aspect of it in one way or another. One, this is the Christian. The one sees themselves, they both do, but in a different costume. One's identity is rooted in the world. He sees himself no further than physical shit, physical things. His understanding of himself on the most deepest level. Who are you? He's gonna give you his name, his race, his religion. And if he knows himself, and the ones who know themselves the best will give you their careers, their family tree, their fucking lineage. Like they'll get, but once again, he only knows himself as ideas. I am a man. What's a man? It's a type of, this is a gender or a sex. What's a gender or a sex? It's something in the body. What's a body? Well, it's meat. What cells and shit? What cells? Well, particles and atoms. What are those? Well, yeah, yeah. Once you really realize that you're, let's not, hold on. Let me chill. Tangent loading the fuck up. Hold up, but we still gotta go through this video again. This is just this is just the goddamn extra This is the warm up. We're warming up. You get what I'm saying? So, Christian identity rooted in the world. This is why when they read the words of Christ, and this happens in every religion. You can match any religion, because atheists don't just not believe in Christianity, they critique it all. So you can take any, I'm just using Christianity and atheism because you can take any religion, eat any one of them, line them up with any, you'll all, this is how I know it's right. For one, in my own experience, that I cannot prove, that I do not want you to believe, but if anything, the goal of this video is to inspire you to say, damn, I ain't think about it like that, and then I'm going to show you where you need to be going, and it ain't a book, it ain't a belief, it ain't a place, it ain't a trust in nobody else. You want to see for yourself? I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you all the only thing that we was ever meant to do, and the reason why a bunch of other shit. But my point is, bodily identify with the world. You only see yourself no far as the material. Meaning that your highest level of perception, when now that you ignorantly, because you are not, but now that you have convinced yourself that you are the body in and of itself, you are these ideas, because words are just sounds. A sound is nothing more than an idea in and of itself. What's a sound? What's a wave? What does it mean to hear? What are these things other than ideas and ways that we have formulated these ideas to facilitate our survival and reproduction? You don't see gasoline and fire as gasoline and fire because you recognize that, oh, that's, this is just a way of us communicating so that while we're playing this big game of society, I know who I am. But while we're playing this game, just want to have, just create a little, it could have been gasoline and fire. It could have been buckle. It could have been a bunch of shit. Like, it could have been, and the motherfucker know to pick the gas can up when the motherfucker go, like, it could have been anything. But no, it's not gasoline or fire because you understand. It's just a mere idea for my pleasure and to facilitate this physical experience that I am having as the infinite. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. That's gasoline and fire because that shit is really gasoline and fire, objectively. That is what it really is. That's all it really is. But a mere fucking idea. Go to 5 villages around the world, they'll tell you they probably got a medicine that do the same shit that 5 other countries got, but they call it something different. They might call it something else. They prescribe it to a different idea of a God that looks somehow just like them. He perceives the world just like them. He has feelings, he has emotions, he has rage. You know what I'm saying? He has build-up. He gets mad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? God made me in his image. He has a gender or a sex, and his image, guess what? His image is physical. Because I'm human. Yeah, because that's how you see yourself. So when you read the words of Christ, someone who speaks from the infinite, whose words come from a place whose words are spoken not from a place of perimeter, boundary, or limited in no capacity. The words spoke from someone who saw the infinite loop of within and without everything. He saw himself in identity as the one true God, the Father. He was a true son of God because he realized he was no longer the son of man because he had became aware of the son of man, which is his illusionary idea of himself being individual or separated from something else. Me being here and over there. The illusion that the experience of distance and time is an objective one in and of itself, but rather realizing that no, it is not objective. It is only because of my ignorance of who I am beyond this body, before the cells came together to give me this body that I now use, that my mother pushed out her womb. Before that, I existed, and I've always existed. And this experience of me being here and something over there, this experience of time and distance and a gap and space and moments and separation, this distance, this illusion and experience of something that has a start and a finish, beginnings and ends, it's over and it has begun, only comes from my identification with my flesh. Christ knew that once the identity was removed from this, and you had came back home, and you had known who you truly were beyond this body, your ability to use this fucking body goes bananas. Your ability to be happy, they begging Christ, bring me joy. Christ, give me love, show me love. Jesus, teach me how to love, give me help. And he's telling them all this shit because he's trying to get them to realize your suffering is because of your ignorance. But the ignorance activates, and you mean like, oh, okay, so I gotta, give me your hand. Like, man, get the fuck off me. Stop touching me, this ain't about, stop. But see, you're trying to, Christ, Buddha, Krishna, the saints, the sages, the swamis, the yogis, the monks, same shit. It's 72,000 ways, material paths you can follow to seek this, to realize this same truth. 114 now, 7, that they prioritize, that a lot of people ignorantly, they refer to them as chakras and shit like that. But the point is, what's happening is that people don't realize that the things and the consequences you see come from, even your perception of what you think you see, of what your eyes show you when you look around, comes from your ignorance of this. You feel me? So this individual that you may call a Christian, mind you, the atheist has the same problem. It just materializes different because there's different ideas. They don't have the ideas of a God like that or some shit like that, or a God the separation's there. I'm gonna show you. But the Christian, yeah, so that's why they say, well, God's over there and I'm not worthy and I have to ask God for shit. But you notice in the Bible it say God, in the second coming of Christ, when Christ talked about his return, what he say? When the Father come home and catch the servant doing what he's supposed to be doing, he'll have control of his possessions. When he come home and catch you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you won't have nothing. You won't have shit. Probably gonna lose that. You get what I'm saying? Even in another part of the Bible, it says, he who has will be given more, and he who has little will lose the little he got. It's the exact same shit. What's being expressed here is that when you become aware of yourself, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added upon you. When you realize yourself in a fucking experience, not belief, like somebody told you, like you trusted, when you realize yourself in living experience, something you can never deny, an experience within yourself. When you experience the infinite aspect of yourself beyond your eyeballs and your ideas and your personality and your race, religion, all the ideas that you come to know yourself as, when that happens, when you straighten yourself the fuck out, oh man, you damn near might start glowing. You think Christ would have had a hard time making money? In any economy? Anyone? You think a fucking monk in the mountains, if he chose to not be in the mountains and said, fuck it, I'm gonna come to America and I'm gonna start a business, do you think someone who has done that type of inner work to any degree, just a small fucking degree, would have a fucking problem being happy, mental health, making money, understanding his purpose? Who am I? Do you think these problems and these questions and these urges, and think he'd have a fucking issue smoking cigarettes for 6 months then just quitting? Think he couldn't do you think living would be a problem? Hell no. That's the point. That's what Christ was trying to show. That's what Buddha was trying to show. That's what all that. But see, the ignorance of limited identity and separation materializes in the Christian like that, and you'll see the idea of God's over there, and God gets angry, and God is mad. I gotta fear God, and Christ, and to be Christ-like is to do physical shit. You know what I'm saying? To be Christ-like is just about repetition and material obedience. And I realized after I die, without understanding that Christ wanted you to realize right here. Because yes, when you die and you lose contact with this body, god damn it, it's the exact same thing. When you can lose contact, you can free yourself from this body by transcending it in identity and experience in this lifetime and living and walking the fucking earth with that wisdom. Getting to experience this physical existence with that level of goddamn perception and wisdom. Or you can die and realize it right at the moment of your death and be hoping, oh wait, no, wait, now let me, wait, I gotta go back and get a do-over. Nope. No. You're gonna get a do-over, but guess what? You ain't gonna remember it. So you go out there, so figure it out next time. Yeah, the only way to enjoy it is to figure it out while your body is working. Because if you figure it out at the moment of your death, all that shit fall apart, and then you're like, wow, well, paradise on earth, right? It was a good 3 seconds. Imagine realizing like that it was all just fun and games as the game over screen is like popping up, like, well, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you snapped out of it at the last second. Instead of like snapping the fuck out of it. So that's what happens. So then that's how you get all the misinterpretations of the religion, the misinterpretations of the scriptures of all different religious texts, the misunderstandings. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. No, you ain't. This what Jesus wanted. No, the fuck you wasn't. This what God like. God don't like nothing. God is everything. You God, motherfucker. Oh, you're the devil. See? If I tell a motherfucker you're God, they're gonna say they gonna think that I'm saying, oh, I get to run around and do whatever I want to do because I'm the big bad. Yeah, that's the reason you have the ignorance that I speak of. That's why you think what I'm saying means that. That's why you think that if you're atheist, you hear some shit like that and you might think, oh, I'm a Christian, or I'm spiritual. Or if you're a Christian, you might be like, oh, he must be atheist. No. But the ignorance of limited identity is materializing, and that's what you're expressing. And on the atheist side, the problem is that they're arguing that. Due to man's ignorance, he tries to discover himself, his infinite self, in finite shit, and he comes up with all these convoluted ideas of life and of principles in the world and morals and right and wrong, good, bad, up, down, left, right, race, religion, skin color, lack, scarcity, enough, not enough, fucking statistics, numbers, scenarios, circumstances, emotions attached to objects. If I see this, I'm a shit. If you give me this, I'm a fart. Like, oh, it's so much of it. And he's looking for himself in that pile of junk, and he's fucking creating these ideas and he's attaching himself and knowing who he is to these ideas in order for his survival, but also for his fulfillment in certain regards. And it's causing the conflict and all the bullshit you see in the world today. All the shit you see in the world today is mankind searching for himself and the fucking friction that is being caused on the back end of that. So they created God. Some people who come and they know. Some people who came and know Christ, love him. Jesus, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Ramakrishna, Swami Hariharananda, the saints, the sages, the wise men, Buddha, God damn it, Ada Yogi. So many different people who came and said the exact same shit. Said the same shit, just had to maybe use a different poem, a different metaphor, because you can't fully convey the infinite truth through a damn finite language, through fucking rocks or sounds or colors or shapes. What the fuck? But that's the ignorance making people think, well, prove it. You can't fucking prove it. Because it's not something that can be proven, it can only be experienced. So that means everybody that's guiding you somewhere, if they're not guiding you within, they're fucking ruining you. I don't give a damn who it is. Read that book, go to them streets. Yeah, they ain't figured it out yet. Because any motherfucker that done figured it out is always pointing you inside. So the religious people ignorantly come up with their ignorant ideas of themselves. So they create an ignorant idea of God, of the thing that's larger than themselves. But they're right, God is larger than yourself. Because the way you see yourself is physical shit. And the infinite is larger than physical shit. You're the infinite. So you're the infinite thinking that you're physical shit. Not knowing that there's something out there bigger than me. Who? You! It's you! The thing out there bigger than you is fucking you. So because you come up with the ignorant ideas of yourself, you create the ignorant ideas of God. Of yourself, essentially, without knowing it. And then an atheist comes along and y'all argue that ignorant ass idea. And like, well, shit. What he say? Now atheists will argue that
all-powerful.
Atheists will argue that ignorant ass idea with more ignorance. Now watch this. Watch this. Let's go to this video. Let's go to this goddamn video, man. Hold on. Wow. Start it over. Now we're gonna get straight into it. Hold on.
If God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving, then the universe should reflect that. But when you actually look at the details, that idea starts to contradict itself on nearly every level.
Hold on. First and foremost, to even the idea of an all-loving, all-powerful, all-knowing God, the concept he's arguing is of a God that is separated. Remember, he's arguing an idea created from ignorance. He's arguing with his idea of separation, and he's arguing an idea of separation and division with separation and division. But notice how everybody's basically discussing something that's infinite, but the word infinite never fucking comes up because nobody fucking, neither side knows what the fuck I'm even saying. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying that the world that should be reflected in the world. It is. But it would depend on the person looking at the world and how much of the world and what they think the world is when you say the world in the first place and how much of it can they see. Exactly.
Perfect beings shouldn't have needs, yet God demands worship, praise, and perfect beings shouldn't have needs. Look at the details, that idea starts to contradict itself on nearly every level. A perfect being shouldn't have needs, yet God demands worship, praise, and obedience as if his own worth depends on our recognition of it.
A perfect being should not have needs, right? You notice how Christ or a saint, a monk, a sage, a fucking sadhu, a mystic, or somebody that's like in the mountains meditate, you notice how they don't got needs? You notice how when you meditate, when you become Christ-like, when you you notice how you fast? They overcome the body. Temptation, yeah, a perfect being doesn't have needs. God don't got needs. But because humans who have needs, trying to understand themselves, created an ignorant idea of God, saying God, of course God has needs, because mankind as he sees himself has fucking needs. So how you gonna see something how you gonna fucking create something you can't see? It's like I painted a picture of the sun. I ain't never seen the sun. I don't know what the fuck you just painted. Exactly. So perfect beings a perfect being wouldn't have needs. But see, he's arguing the material idea of a perfect being. You are the infinite. God doesn't have needs because he is the infinite. So why do humans have, the Christian might say, well, why do humans have needs then? Because you don't know yourself as the Lord. You have not realized who you are. You don't know the one true God. Because if you knew the one true God, you know that it's only fucking you. There's nothing else here but the one true God. There's no other object, other thing, other place. There's nothing else here. Quite fucking literally. You can't go no deeper than that. It's fucking infinite. It folds in on itself a trillion fucking times a second. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. But when you see yourself as separated, when you see yourself as physical, you create a physical God, and then you prescribe infinite capability to him. That don't make sense. So another worldly person just like you, like buddy right here, a fucking atheist. Shit, I'm assuming or whatever, I don't know, but bro like right here, he like, yeah, that shit don't make sense though. You see? But he ain't got an answer no better than yours, other than fucking, well shit, I guess I'ma just be a good person then. That's about as wise as you can get if you ain't going within yourself. If you're like, fuck it, I'm ignorant, fuck it, I'll just be nice. But that's still only gonna get yourself up. So yeah, an infinite God, a perfect being doesn't have
his own worth depends.
A perfect being
shouldn't have needs, yet God demands.
A perfect being doesn't have needs and don't need praise and recognition. The idea of God and the way we have come to conceptualize God is ignorant.
Worship, praise, and obedience as if his own worth depends on our recognition of it. Creating beings just to validate himself is not an act of perfection, but an act of dependence. If perfection means being complete, then the constant need for glorification makes no sense. If God already knows every choice we'll ever make, free will just becomes an illusion.
And the reason God has the constant need for glorification is because human beings have the constant need for glorification because they do not know themselves. So they seek the infinite fulfillment that is bubbling within them that makes them wake up and move. They never give up. Even when they depressed and they finna go up to the top of a building and jump off some shit, they didn't give up. Motherfucker didn't wake up. Motherfucker giving up and saying, I'm gonna not do nothing. Hell no. Shit, depressed people, the most depressed motherfucker in the world, you can't show me a human being that ever gave up. Never. They always gotta go. They gonna do something. Even if it's fucking, I crack this bitch across the ground till this motherfucker don't move and then they bury my ass or bury this body. But they gonna do something till they can't do nothing. 100%. It's impossible for a human to give up because he's looking for infinite fulfillment. The thing is, what you see in the world is them looking for infinite fulfillment in the world. That's why capitalism don't work. Because bitch, if I'm looking for infinite fulfillment and I fucked around and made $1 billion, fuck all y'all. I want all the water, all the corn, all the snow, all the money. I need everything. I need everything. Just like you want a bunch. You want everything too. You just don't know it yet. But I fucked around and damn near got everything. So you goddamn right. I want all the money, bitch. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. When you're dealing with a human being that does not know himself, it will never be enough. I don't give a fuck if you're rich, poor, or nothing. It will never be enough. They will be chasing forever. And that chase only ends in the world burning down. And the only way to stop that chase is to satiate that infinite desire for infinite fulfillment by realizing yourself as the fucking infinite. Doing the thing that you really been longing to do. And it's remember. You have to remember. But you know, so yeah, God has needs and demands because that idea of a God, that idea of a separated God over there that's like that that's a human with feelings and an ego and all that came from an ignorant human that did not know himself. A bunch of them across many religions. And you're basically arguing that doesn't exist. But that doesn't exist not because there is no God. That doesn't exist because that's the ignorant man trying to understand himself and just spewing more ignorance. But once he realizes himself beyond that, his idea of God becomes the infinite. It removes all of that fat while still following the rules, like what the atheists what they say. It follows the rules, but it does strip all of that bullshit that comes from a lot of people who have ruined religion, because religion is true. Christianity is great. If you find a real Christian that's really following that shit. Find you a real Christian, like a Christian that's like run into somebody that's really on what Jesus was talking about. You might damn near convert. I could probably convert you into Christianity, and I'm not even a Christian. Swear to God. Let me sit down and tell you and explain some of these scriptures to you and what Christ really meant. You damn near, not only would you probably become a better Christian, but you'd probably get excommunicated by other Christians, because they swear to God you're not a real Christian. Like, I bet he ain't a real Christian. But anyway, come on.
Our lives unfold exactly as he foresaw them, meaning we're just acting out a script. If perfection means being complete, then the constant need for glorification makes no sense. If God already knows every choice we'll ever make, free will just becomes an illusion. Our lives unfold exactly as he foresaw them.
God already knows every choice we'll ever make. Because once again, you are God, and God is you. There is no other. There's no separated. There's no other thing. There's no over there. There's no, I'm me, and then, no, I'm not God for right, because I'm me, and God is God. Who the fuck is me? The body? Your thoughts, which is just memory piled up. Your thoughts wouldn't be the same 500 years ago. Your body wouldn't either. Your face wouldn't either. Your family wouldn't either. All the shit you think is you, if your ass was born 1,000 years ago, wouldn't be you. So I guess you didn't exist, huh? If you was born 1,000 years ago, you wouldn't exist, because that don't make sense. How you born 1,000 years ago, but you wouldn't exist because you think that you're the shit. The shit. But yes, yeah. So yeah, the reason God is infinite, because you are. God knows every action you'll fucking create and do and never possibly do, because you already do. You know every action you'll ever do and make and whatever. Oh, no, I don't. I can't predict what's gonna happen. Yeah, you think you fucking can't because you don't know who you are, so you think that, yeah, I can't predict. I don't. Shit just be happening. You think that. But listen, it's insane the things we do to protect ourselves when we are in survival mode and don't know who we are. The mechanisms we build to save us end up being the fucking ones that choke the shit out of us. So you think that, I don't know why this stuff happened to me. It would hurt if I told you your whole life was your fault, huh? You'll think I'm on some conservative, far-right shit, like some bootstrap shit, huh? They don't even know what the fuck that shit means. Motherfuckers really don't understand. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Keep trying. Believe in yourself. Pray to God. Anything is possible. That's all the same shit. You know what's different about it? The ideas that the people saying it strapped to it. The bootstrap. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps just mean fuck you. Figure it the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. Facts over feelings. That just mean fuck you. I'm saying some shit that's true. Fuck your feelings. I don't care about your feelings. Shit, I believe in yourself. That just mean you can do it if you just know it and shut the fuck up. But it's all pray to God and know he'll do it and he'll handle it. Yeah, it's all to say you're doing the same thing internally. You're just calling it something else in your mind and you giving it a different coat. But it's the internal thing you're doing is the same. You're literally seeing it, knowing it in your heart, and shutting the fuck up. Now, whether you're doing that because of whatever reason, don't matter, because God is not a respecter of persons in the Christian Bible. So God, just like gravity don't give a fuck, and a gun don't give a fuck who pulled the trigger, it'll happen. Science. It's all fucking science. The entire physical world, even your physical body, is mechanical, and that bitch, none of it needs you to do nothing. The sun stays in the sky because of the infinite. That's why you could be a good person, and you could believe, and you could know in your heart doing good don't get you nothing. I don't give a fuck how much good you do. You won't get shit, nigga. You could be a good person. You could be a motherfucker that thinks, shit, doing bad don't get you nothing. But I see bad people winning. Yeah, I bet you won't do it, though. Do it. I dare you. Because you know doing bad don't get you shit. Because that's why everybody's reality is valid. Because they're creating the motherfucker. Nobody's truth is objective. The only truth is that everything is fucking true. Because everything is every fucking thing. But nobody understands that because they're trying to figure it out from a place of separation and division. And it'll never work. The ignorant will give you his idea of God, and the other ignorant will critique it and give you his idea of the truth. Both rooted in physical shit. No, God is over there. I'm a human. He's over there. No, he ain't. God ain't real. The truth is this fucking is these books and this fucking and this science and shit. It's physical shit. Both of them saying the same damn thing. You can't see it. One pointing at this stuff, and the other one pointing at this stuff. It's all stuff. They ain't no damn one of them know shit. So the arguing, the political wars, the race wars, it's the same thing decorated. The argument between Christians and atheists is the exact same fucking thing happening between black people and white people, between goddamn gay people and straight people, between left and right. It's the same thing happening on every side of every conflict in the fucking world because it's the same disease. Ignorance of who you are, limited identity. That's all the fuck it is. I'm telling you, boy, we're gonna get you through the work shift. We're gonna get the graveyard people through it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Keep going. So yeah, God knows everything that's gonna happen because God is infinite, because you're infinite, and everything is infinite. Anything that you can imagine can happen, quite literally, and I'm gonna leave it there. And yes, the fuck I mean any goddamn thing. The question isn't that can it happen, the question is how are you gonna realize your potential to that degree? Yeah, probably not. Probably you'd have been fucked up so much you might never invent a flying car because you might never get your... It's not about how long it'll take you to make it possible. It's about really how long it'll take you to get to the point in your heart where you know this shit is possible and has been done. If you can do that in a day, that shit'll happen. But, you know, for most people it takes lifetimes for certain things because it takes them a lifetime to become that way within. It takes however long it takes you to be the thing, that's how long it'll take the thing to physically appear in front of you. So yeah, God knows every outcome and everything you'll ever do because you know every outcome and everything you'll ever do. Because you're doing every outcome and everything you'll ever do. Because the past is an idea and the future is an idea. So what you're doing now, you might as well be doing for the rest of your fucking life until you stop it. That's why if you see the future version of you right now and you say, I'm gonna cut my leg off, I'm finna do it. His leg disappears. And then you say, never mind, I changed my mind. His leg pops back up. Exactly. It's the same thing. It's circular. It's the infinity symbol. It's a circle. Let's keep going.
Knows every choice we'll ever make. Dependence.
Free will is only for those who are free, by the way. Let me say that. Free will does exist, but free will only exists for he who is free. Who has free will to smoke cigarettes? He who is free from the cigarette. If you free from the cigarette, you smoke them bitches for 6 months straight, then stop for 3 years, and then start back and stop. If you free from sex, you'll fuck a lot, and then fuck for no more, for years. Celibate, like it's nothing. If you free from food, you can eat junk food, you can fast, you can do it all. You can do everything. You can get fat, get small, gain weight. You can have the time of your fucking life. God damn it, I'm eating good food. Okay, now I'm eating nothing but McDonald's. Now, goddamn it, I'm going crazy. But a person who ain't free from food, when he walking at McDonald's, he gonna leave out that bitch. Yeah, so free will in terms of life, free will as it relates to the material fucking world, guess what? Who only got freedom? He who is free from his physicality. You want to have free will in the physical world? Then you're going to have to be free from the physical world in identity. Bitch, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all these things will be added upon you! And I'm not even a Christian or an atheist. But just listen to you, boy. We are home. This is the shit. This is Cult 22 Radio. I love it.
So yeah, free will only exists for those who are free. Yeah.
Act of perfection, but an act of dependence. If perfection means being complete, then the constant need for glorification makes no sense. If God already knows every choice we'll ever make, free will just becomes an illusion. Our lives unfold exactly as he foresaw them, meaning we're just acting out a script. And if heaven is a place where no one sins but everybody still has freedom, then evil clearly isn't necessary for choice. A loving, all-powerful creator could have started with that world instead of this one.
Once again, implying that the world we live in today is fucked up and ruined because, if we're arguing against the Christian God, because God has just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, God could have fixed the world, and he didn't. He could have started with perfect people. Why he didn't start with perfect people? He did. Because perfect people are the only thing that exists. Perfection is the only thing that exists on the smallest level. It's not that God didn't start with perfect people. It's that the people have not realized that they're perfect. Oh, shit. Being human now, even that effect, comes with a goddamn disclaimer that you can never be perfect. No one's perfect because their idea of perfection is rooted in ignorance. By their standards, you fucking right, you can never be perfect. You shouldn't even try. You'll die. But by the standards of the fucking infinite, yes, fam. Yes, you quite literally can be perfect because you already fucking are. But when I say that to a person, when an ignorant person hear that, they say, no, don't tell people they're already perfect because it's going to make them not do nothing. Yeah. If you fucking told them, because you don't know what the fuck that means, because I ain't saying the same thing. If I tell them they perfect, that don't mean don't do shit. Oh, I got a whole bunch of other stuff I got to say after that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go meditate. Let me explain how that works. Let me explain how to sit down. Let me explain breathing. Let me explain what your mind and emotions really do to your life. Let me show you. Let me talk to you about, you want to change your life? I got something you can do right now. Like, yeah, I'm not just going to tell them you perfect and that's it. Just go to the gym and that's it. Yeah, because don't get me started.
So yeah.
A loving, all-powerful creator could have started with that world instead of this one. And also, an all-loving God allowing endless suffering raises an unavoidable question. Why?
Once again, implying that human suffering comes from something other than human beings. And that means that if I was arguing the Christian God, because I'm assuming everybody assumes that this is the biggest idea of God, you know what I'm saying? So we're assuming that human suffering comes from something other than humans. And therefore, if there is a God, then he's allowing human suffering. Yeah, if your conceptualization of God is fucking that God is separated and has all the power because you see yourself as separated, then yeah, that makes sense. But when you see God as you, as the only thing that exists, God is you, you are God. Just as a drop of water is the ocean, and the ocean is that drop of water. To separate the two means to be fucking stupid. You have to be unaware of the ocean to even think that that is the reality. I'm a drop of water in the ocean. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm a drop of water in the ocean, bitch. That's water. They ain't gonna say, no, he was in the ocean and he died because he drowned from 1,000 drops of water in the ocean. No, they're gonna say he drowned in that motherfucker. He drowned in one body of water. Cause that's the truth. But when you've never seen or experienced the truth, you can't talk in the shit. And you can't live in the ignorant society created in the little finite world and know that it's finite while being aware of the truth fully the whole time. This shit becomes real life 100%. And what I'm saying becomes like a faint idea deep in some damn Greek mythology or something that the Greeks fucked up. And then the Christians got that and fucked that up. And then the Muslims tried to kill them and then took some, made their own shit. Fuck everybody just fucking up the same thing. But they just fucking it up in different ways with a little bit of nice stuff. Because some of the people that do follow their religions right, even if they don't know, the ones that's like, man, I love God and I know God, all I'm gonna do is love people, be nice to people, and plant trees and shit. People like that, yeah, they getting in. Love that. Those ones that's leading with love, because even if they feel like they know and they don't know or whatever, it don't matter. The ones that's leading with love, oh yeah, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out quick, and as soon as they do, their religion is going to kick them the fuck out. Immediately. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn what. yeah, so if you're an atheist, soon as you figure it out, while you leading with love and compassion, soon as you figure it out, they're gonna call your ass spiritual. I'm telling you, like, this is how it goes. Like, so yeah, no. Human suffering comes from humans. All human suffering comes from human ignorance. Human beings being ignorant to themselves. You can tie it all back. I won't go on none of them tangents because that's a lot. I will derail this shit. But yes, all them tangents. No, I'm suffering because I'm poor. No, you're suffering because you think you're poor. And you're poor because you know you're poor. And then what the fuck that mean? You see, the minute I start talking, there's like 10,000 whys for everything I say. I can't just talk in a straight line. Because if I say one sentence, you got 15 questions. Answer any one of them questions, and it's 15 more questions. If I answer any one of them, yeah. So yeah, we have to sit down for hours, minutes, long periods of time. Like, but I don't mind doing that. Because I know my shit can stand up to the critique. Because there's a guy, I have something to say for anything you can say, and it'll withstand it without defying the truths that have take all the bullshit away. The truths in spirituality, the truths in religion, the truths in science. Oh yeah, I can strip all the fat, put them together, and show you. You see, it ain't nothing but this. Yeah. It's just one big ball. This is religion. This is spirituality. This Christianity. This the Nation of Islam. But it's all the same shit. Motherfuckers think it ain't though, and that's why y'all arguing, and that's why you don't know what to believe. Because God ain't allowing suffering. God is not allowing suffering. Humans are suffering. Don't let that go over your head.
God allowing endless suffering raises an unavoidable question: why? If he can stop it, why doesn't he? If he can't, then he's not all-powerful. And if he created hell, then he designed a system where mercy ends and agony never does. The inclusion of Satan only deepens the problem, because it means God knowingly built the source of all corruption into his own creation. And if God's plan is perfect, prayer shouldn't alter it. But if prayer can influence him, then his plan was never complete. Tests of faith also make little sense for a being who already knows every outcome. And if he truly wanted humanity to believe, hiding all direct evidence of his existence would be the worst possible strategy.
Assuming
direct evidence of his existence. What is direct evidence? That which you can perceive. If I show you direct evidence to some shit you don't know exists, that you can't, how can I show a blind man direct evidence to the sun sitting in the sky? When people say something like that, they say direct evidence, they're usually talking about physical shit, but the very assumption that the truth is bound to fit your physical parameters is nothing but arrogance. It's ignorance manifesting. Same way it manifests in the Christian's ignorant idea of a separated physical God, a separated infinite God that has physical capabilities and characteristics. Objectively. Yeah, that same way that ignorance manifests those ideas that we just talked about, it manifests the same way to assume that the truth, because you're looking for truth, right? That's the purpose of science, to discover the truth, you would think. But when seeking truth, you understand that truth doesn't have to show up in the way you expect it to show up. The only evidence for a God that exists is that which you can perceive. Because if I tell you right now, if I say, God is real because I'm experiencing it right now. God is real because I'm real. That does fucking nothing. How do you prove the infinite? The only evidence for the infinite is the fact that you can even conceive of the idea of the infinite. You get me? Because in an infinite space, in something that's, if we got a, let me see, this crystal ball right here. If this crystal ball was considered infinite, right? And the entire inside of this ball was infinite, let's consider this infinity. The only evidence for infinity, if you existed in there, the only evidence for this being infinite that you would have is the very fact that you could even come up with that idea of on and on forever. The fact that you can even conceive of the idea of a forever or an eternity or infinity. Because how in the fuck could you even conceive of, because in an infinite room, all possibilities have to exist and also not exist at the same time. Quantum physics, quantum particles. Talk to me. Hear me. You get what I'm saying? So, when it comes to evidence for God, like, bro, that's like saying, prove to me I exist. But that doesn't mean shit to you or anybody else. Because once again, I'm telling you, they say God cannot be proven because he is outside of the comprehension of man. Oh, I love this one right here. Nope, that's a fucking lie. For one, on the atheist standpoint, there's no material evidence for God because you assume that the truth is the truth of all things will be able to be quantified and mashed down through your fucking self-created parameters and ideas that you say, if it's real, it should be able to fit into here. And the word and the truth is like, fuck you and all of that. If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be none of that idea of a here. You get me anyway? So that's ignorance right there, even thinking that the truth can be quantified and proven. Another aspect of ignorance is saying that God, I can't prove God to you because he's outside of man's comprehension. See, both ignorant. You see yourself as the body in the physical world. So of course you haven't realized that the reason you can't comprehend God is because you are still ignorant to God, because you're ignorant to yourself. Once you experience yourself beyond your body and physical shit, then you'll easily be able to comprehend God. But you won't be able to prove it to him, but you also won't be telling him that the reason you can't prove God to him is because he ain't able to know God. You would be telling him, hey, I can't prove it to you because it's not provable, come to find out. But what I can do, I can show you something you can go do. And you can do it and experience it for yourself. And then what he's probably going to tell you ignorantly is that, oh, no, that's not a real way to experience God. How the fuck would you know? What the fuck do you mean a real way? We're not looking for truth. We're just trying to validate ourselves. Confirmation biases. $1 billion ones at that. Yeah. So yeah, God never hid the evidence for his existence. You know, the evidence for God has never been hidden. It's literally sitting right here looking through your eyes right now. Let's keep going.
A loving creator wouldn't demand faith in the dark. He'd make the truth visible.
And the truth is visible for those who can see. Yeah! The revolution will never be televised. It will not be vocalized. It will be, and has always only ever been realized. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I feel, man. This is an hour. Like, this is like 54 minutes. This is the first one of these videos I posted like an hour long. I said, maybe y'all might appreciate this. Like, this longer style of content, I think will get you motherfuckers through the nights and the days and all of the other things that come with it. I'm not even monetizing these videos like that. I'm just straight. You know what I'm saying? Having a blast with the peeps. But yeah, so that's the whole point. The reason why Christians and atheists both are wrong about God is because they both are trying to either prove God from a material, they're both trying to prove God while only having a perception of life rooted in physical and material life, their physicality. They're only trying to prove or disprove God using ideas. One side is going idea for idea. You get what I'm saying? One side thinks that there is no God because of material things, and the other side thinks that there is a God because of material things. Nobody's experience or belief is based, nobody's belief or what they're saying is based in experience of life, inner experience. Yeah, it's based in something that changes. Well, you might say, well, no, science can't change. Science don't change. It's the same thing. If you was born in the motherfucking a couple hundred years ago, you would have been running around scientifically saying that washing hands is the stupidest shit in the world. Yeah, look up Ignis Semmelweis or whatever. They beat his ass. It was scientifically dumb shit to say washing hands was crazy because it completely undermined and fucking questioned the science at the time. Professionals in America, around the fucking world, looked at the science and the data that he had about washing hands and said this is stupid shit. They put him in an insane asylum, beat his ass, and he died from an infection from his wounds because they didn't wash their hands. So yeah, if you was born back then, you'd have been running around saying that was stupid shit. Yeah, and then what happens is one generation dies, the generation that exists, because they're trying to protect their paradigm and their fucking careers and industries, because to say some shit I've been thinking for a long time is not true, yeah, that doesn't keep the colleges open. Institutions don't fund that shit. That don't get you a Nobel Peace Prize. They get you called stupid and questioned and kicked the fuck out, and you won't work in this industry no more. It's not about the truth. It's about making sure the industry stay alive. And if the truth will fuck with that industry, you and that truth got to go. So after all them scientists died with their biases, a new generation of children grew up, became scientists, looked at the work without a bias, and said this makes perfect sense. And they innovated the industry around the information. And then they grew a bias to that. And then they have to die. And then what's happening is that every generation has to come along and see what the last generation refused to see without a bias. Then what they start doing is they start treating it like it's just an objective fact. Now we take washing hands for granted. It was always obvious, wasn't it? No, the fuck it wasn't. Just like the shit you think is just obvious right now. Yeah, it's not fucking obvious. That's just how you have ignorantly come to that conclusion because you don't know. So yeah, no. When it comes to atheists and Christians, they're running off the same ignorance, just in different fonts. It's manifested as different actions, different words, different connections, and different dots connecting, but they're all still the wrong dots and not enough of them. So yeah, man, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm not a Christian. I'm not an atheist. But yeah, you are God. God is everything. God is infinite. God is not a separated thing, though, that has an ego and none of that shit. God don't need you to praise him or worship him or nothing like that, because guess what? When you realize yourself to be the infinite, when you have awakened to your true identity that you long for God and have been fighting to remember, when that happens, you're gonna praise God, because every fucking day of your life becomes a movie, because you now know that you are powerful. If you woke up and knew you was free, with infinite power, fully fucking safe, fully protected, if you woke up and knew you, like, you know how when you wake up and realize you're in a lucid dream, how fucking free it's like, oh, I'm finna go fuck a celebrity, like, I'm finna get it in. If you realize that equivalent of that to your life right now, bitch, you would be happy every fucking day. It wouldn't even matter how much money you got, because you would know, like, oh, this shit crazy. I can do anything. I can do anything, whenever, however, shit, all I gotta do is see it. Now you gonna start meditating, because you're gonna have to get your concentration up. Once you get your concentration up, you're gonna start seeing shit in your head, clear as a motherfucker. No, you don't even need to believe it no more, because you know anything that you can conceive of is possible. Possible, impossible don't even matter. You know everything possible. So you gonna see that shit, know that shit gonna pop up. You ain't gotta grind, hustle, break, or do nothing. You can work hard and get a bunch of shit for 6 years, then you can work hard and not get nothing. You can go through 18 million arcs. You can be, I was a hard worker that didn't get shit, then I started working hard, and I gotta live. Then I blew up overnight. Oh no, fuck that. I blew up overnight. You can just do anything. You can create any arc, any storyline, in any combination, in any way, in any amount of success, failure. You get to write the whole movie, the whole story, up, down, left, right, the colors, every fucking thing. You get to write every part of the goddamn show, top to bottom, every detail, every smile. Yes! Y'all people be saying God wrote the movie. Yeah, you damn right God wrote the story. But if you're an atheist, not the God they talking about. And if you're a Christian, not the God that you probably thinking about. Unless you're a true Christian. If you're a true Christian, you get it. Yeah, and if you like a true atheist, you probably get it. But most people ain't neither one of those, true atheists or true Christians. So yeah, you damn right God wrote the story. And he wrote that bitch. He wrote that bitch because you wrote that bitch. So yeah, I love y'all. I'm out. This is how I feel. God, you are the Lord, and the Lord is you. Everything is infinite. Meditate. Sit down and meditate every day. I'm gonna put a meditation link in the description of this video. Do it. Do it for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Do it for 30 days. In the next video, I might show y'all one that you can do, but do it for 30 days every day. And holler at me in a month, and let's talk about how that mind and emotion is going. But as of right now, that's all we got. So I love y'all. I'm out. This was a cool one. Put chicken legs in the comments if y'all like these videos, and I'll make more, maybe even longer ones, maybe not. But yeah, we hit an hour. This is fire. Christ is king. ain't no damn God. That's how they be. But yeah, no, I'm just playing with y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm not bashing Christians. I'm not bashing atheists. I love y'all. I love all y'all. I want all y'all to realize that y'all arguing over the same shit that you don't know. But peace. Code 22 for life, bitch. It's tatted on my wrist. You're not in a cult. You are, but you're not. Not to kill yourself, drink blood kind. None of that. No. The take care of yourself, meditate, eat good, and realize the truth of who the fuck you are, so that you can live and be free from the world, so you can live in the world. That's what that means. That you doing that shit, you a part of Code 22. It ain't about me, but I love y'all. But it is called Code 22. I'm sorry. Oh shit, hold on. I forgot to run my outro. We gotta run it. I love y'all. I'm out.
Hey, yeah, no, I can't stand you. I might be all wrong, but